Hey, what is going on, guys? Edward here, back with another trade recap. And today's episode, I will actually be sharing with you the trades I took from yesterday. I was not able to post a video yesterday because I was kind of waiting for the day to be over, and because I made an entry in the afternoon after FOMC, and it was a swing trade. I kind of wanted to wait for it to end, which it ended tonight. It literally hit TP. By the time I was waking up, it was pretty much right there in my TP. So I didn't want to make any video yesterday until this trade was actually closed because it's relatively the same day. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to see whether it was a stopped out or a loss or a win. I'm sorry. So it did end up. I actually had, if you can see here, this is again probably a mistake of mine. I should have holded myself from not making any entries in the morning. Whenever there is FOMC in the afternoon, right? FOMC comes out normally at 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. Jerome Powell speaks. So normally the morning session, it's bad. Uh, I promise I will from here on. I will not be making entries in the morning on FOMC days. I will not. I will probably wait after FOMC. It's just that I don't like it overall. I normally don't trade in the afternoon, to be honest. So this trade right here, this swing trade I decided to make, let me explain why I took that long position, is based on the formation it did, right? As you can see, let's go higher time frame. I know that on higher time frames, 4 hour time frame on the daily, I'm strongly bullish. The price is very bullish, right? We keep breaking and creating new record highs. So we're strongly bullish. I knew I was actually looking to for price to respect here. This is why I was actually going long in the first place in the morning, uh, right there, because we tapped. You see that pin bar right here? That was it. That was my trigger. Like that 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 4 hour candle closing like that, I was like, oh boy, like we respected this 4 hour fair value gap really nice. So New York session, I'm sure we could go up, right? But no, we did not go up. Price actually ended up dropping, and we chopped around for a little bit in lower time frame. See, it did end up dropping, and then until the afternoon, when the news were coming out, you see all this excitement, right? Crazy volatility there. So notice that big. If you go to the 1 hour now, notice that big wick rejection, right? Big wick rejection. We did sweep more liquidity here. We respected now another 4 hour fair value gap that was much lower. Was that one? Oh, it's actually including this one. I'm sorry. Right there. Right? We swept this low, and then look at how we retrace back up, right? Immediately rejecting. So I was like, I see this thing now, most likely overnight, pushing up, and I normally don't trade this way. It's very rare. Whenever I make an entry, I actually made the entry at the opening. Like my entry was actually somewhere here. As a matter of fact, I made a mistake. So it was actually somewhere there, right at the opening of Asia. So this is around 6 p.m. my time. So this is after. You see, I had this 15, I marked up this 15-minute fair value gap, and I was actually kind of waiting for price I was thinking the price would go here, top here, and then probably push up. But no, literally, as soon as I make this entry, um, price just ended up going up. So this position was actually, I was risking quite a big amount here. So I was hoping not to get stopped out as I was sleeping because I had to hold it overnight. Made about $800 in this trade holding it. So nice right there. So now, right here, which is today, what happened? Well, let me show you here, by the way. Let me show you here the Telegram. This is the free group. Telegram, this is the private group. And my free group, you can actually see this morning at around 8:33 a.m. I send an idea right here. This is a setup. Notice nice manipulation. This is on the 1 minute. Nasdaq on the 1 minute time frame. Nice simple internal setup right here. We just had a recent manipulation. Price displays back down. We have a confirmation of a change in the state of delivery. So I was pretty much marking up, hey, price will most likely go for this relative equal lows right here. New York session, this gray zone right here is it's marking up my session. So 8 a.m. starts from here, right? So as soon as New York session opens, a couple minutes later, we manipulate a London high and then show the change in the state. I could have been selling right there, but I decided to wait. I did not enter there. I did send them the idea, and look, a couple minutes later, at 8:54, the result, you see that, right? So I did give them the idea of the direction that I was thinking the price would go, and it did go there. Really nice right there, right? I sent it to the free group. So if you want to, just make sure you're going to find the links in the description. Make sure to check it out. You can join that group. And then, well, this is the the actual trade that I took now with the VIP group. And this is what happened. Again, if you look here, let's go to the 1 minute. Let me break it down here. The 1 minute, this is the setup I sent to the free group. The idea. I have a change of state right there, right? And we had this double bottom, right? Target. So price did go there, right? I could have entered there. If I could have entered there, I would have gotten probably a much better risk to reward. Definitely, right there, right? However, I've been trying to say to myself that I am not going to be making entries before 9:30, right? I'm trying to hold down myself, but it's always hi for me. It's I always try to respect that rule, but I most of the times I end up breaking it myself. So you see, I ended up entering in this trade at around 8:55, so it was before 9:30, and because it's just I couldn't let it go. I just told my guys again. Let me bring here. I told my guys I am entering. I took a small sell on Nasdaq. Cannot let that go. So this was the entry, basically. That was on the 5 minute time frame, right? Why I was entering? Well, if you look here, like because this picture is on the 5 minute time frame, um, you don't see it right now, but I this is the setup on. If I go to the 1 minute, this is the manipulation. The change of the state was happening somewhere here, and I was targeting the double bottom, right? Remember? So that's what happened on the 1 minute. But on the five, right here on the five, you got this impulse and a change in the state. So price is now respecting this breaker block. There's a breaker block here. Price is respecting the breaker block and closes right there. Big momentum. That candle right there was the trigger for me to now, hey, you gotta do something, buddy. You gotta do something because we got already a nice move on the 1 minute, right? That I already explained. I send it free to the free group. And now when I go on high on 5 minute, the 5 minute is also telling me to sell. So I'm like, come on, I have to take it. I'm not going to be blowing my account with one single trade. That's one also another question I always ask myself. Am I actually risking my entire account? No, right? So why not? Why not take the chances? If I get a cool setup, why not? I know probably it's not the best time, right? I'm entering before 9:30, but it's New York. It's New York session. And these little internal models, they do play out sometimes, so I don't mind taking them. However, this past couple of weeks has been quite nasty. I have to say that. So, anyways, you see, I took that trade. Price did drop really nice. I was following this on the 15 minute as well. So I loved this fair value gap right here on the 15 minute. I love that. Rejection price pulled back. You see that pull back. Now, what time is it? Look at this, 9:30. So I'm going to mark up here 9:30. So 9:30, what do you see? We can see that probably this was a range, an accumulation. Was an accumulation here? Let's go lower time frame. Yeah, we can say this is an accumulation. So we got accumulation, manipulation at 9:30, and then boom, it started distributing to the downside. We were so close of hitting this London lows right here, so close. That was my target. And then, well, anyways, I secured profits, just a small profit because I was kind of holding almost I wanted to hold almost the entire position, but I did follow at least. I secured profits and I moved my stops to break even when the price was dropping right here. Um, Price reversed. Why the hell did the price reverse? Very simple. Very simple right here. Question. The very simple answer. I'm sorry for this. New York S&P 500. Notice S&P 500 has been the weaker pair today. So if you see S&P in this drop right here after 9:30, S&P dropped a lot more, way lower. You see these two lows right here. This is London. You see, London is this low. Asian session, this low. S&P swept those two very quick. Boom, sweeping that. Nasdaq did not even sweep the London. So we form a gigantic right here divergence, right? And I have to say, I have to admit it, I was not paying attention to S&P. I don't know why I was not looking at S&P. I should have looked at it. That was a mistake. I should have looked at it because if I would have seen this manipulation happening on S&P 500, and I would have detected that that Nasdaq is not sweeping this low yet. So that's telling me that Nasdaq is the stronger pair, right? So what happened? What would have happened here? I would have entered in this huge, beautiful change in the state of delivery that we had right here. It was a nice change in the state, nice breaker. See, there's two candles right there. There's a nice breaker block right there. Boom, you got a fair value gap. So this is a unicorn setup because we do have a fair value gap on top of that breaker. So that's a nice unicorn. I could have been buying from here. If I would have spotted the divergence, which again, I was not paying attention to S&P for a weird reason. I don't remember why, but I was not watching it. And boom, things reversed and pushed up. So anyways, that's what it is. Later on the day, in the morning, you see, not too long after, I was still watching. I had to leave my house for a little bit, and I went away. When I came back, I was spotting. I was talking to a student as well, actually, right at this time, that I was spotting divergence at the top as well. And I was like, he was seeing sales, and I get it. We were at record highs again. We're breaking record highs. We might have a reversal at some point, but holy cow! If you look at these markets, especially what happened today with this huge, gigantic candle right there, reversing and respecting this bullish fair value gaps right here, and the SMT, this looks more bullish then it looks bearish. So I'm I decided not to look for sales, and my student did actually try to catch a sale. He ended up getting out on break even. That is fine. It's part of the game. But I decided not to look for sales, even though we had this SMT at the top. I was like more, you know what? In this recent push, after this, we have a change in state of delivery now on 15-minute time frame. Look at this big push to the upside. 1, 2, 3 candles. Big 15-minute fair value gap. I want to watch that. I really want to watch that fair value gap. And I told him, go ahead and check it out in lower time frame. Let's go ahead and watch in lower time frame and see if we get an entry model. And if you look at it on the 1 minute, I went to the 1 minute. I bought Nasdaq. Well, I sent my guys here because this happened very quick. It was this candle actually entering. When this candle entered the zone, I was entering right away. I did not enter anywhere here. I just was waiting for price to tap into this breaker block and a fair value gap. That's another unicorn right here happening in front of you, right? So notice what happens. Changing the state. I could have entered there if I wanted. Changing the state. As soon as you get the change the state of delivery, which is closing above this candle right there, changing the state, I could have entered there. I did not. Just waited a little bit more. I was talking to my student, and then it wasn't this candle. When this candle was open and it was moving, it was piercing into the zone. I decided to take the shot right away and not let the opportunity go. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be risking that much. I ended up making like $117 on this one. It wasn't much. It was not much, anyways. Um, but it was a cool setup. I could have made more, but I mean, I'm okay with it. Price did end up very simple and quick. You see, price is respecting a higher time frame PD array. We have a change in the state. Take it. Why not? If it fails, who cares, right? The higher time frame, we're still strongly bullish, even though we had this SMT, as I'm saying, right? Now, S&P has not taken the highs, by the way. Still, you see, we still have that divergence at the top. It's very weak right now. S&P is looking very weak, but you see, I still see the price more bullish in higher time frame on Nasdaq, and just taking that small one right there. So basically, this is what has happened for the past 2 days, guys. Yesterday I did not record a video, and I'm making everything just a review. This entire week decided to make all the videos about reviewing every single day. But yesterday I didn't post it because, again, I was waiting for this swing trade to get closed, and got closed today. So, anyways, hope it makes sense. Hope you guys learned something. If you're interested in joining my mentorship program, a lifetime mentorship program, go check out my website, teamprofitsfx.com. And for one-time payment, you can get lifetime access. You're part of my team forever, right? What do I do there? I trade mainly ICT concepts. I trade with my students on. Right now, I'm going on Discord live. You can see me trade live. You can see me trade, take these positions live with you. Okay, so if you're looking to learn, I recommend you this. If you're looking to copy trade, I don't recommend you getting anything. Uh, you can look somewhere else. But if you want to learn, I recommend you checking it out. My worth, it might worth it for you. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave your comments below. Also, check the links in the description for the free Telegram group and also the Discord. I have everything, all the links in the description. Just go ahead and check it out. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.